In pursuit of exploring creative outlets and perspective, join me on this journey. Wait, what was I saying? Who cares? This is Dandemonium Podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the 37th episode of the Dandemonium Podcast. I don't know why I get so nervous every time I'm about to record, but I do, so I'm just gonna try to get past that right now, just like I do every other time. This is the pandemic Christmas special, and I hope everybody is getting into the joy of the holiday season. We got a nice COVID chill in the air. It's a surprising 40 to 50 degrees out there, so it's not too bad. And with this episode, I have a few small Christmas tales out there just to get you in the holiday spirit if you're not already on your way there. It has to do with Santa, his current condition, my concerns with Santa, and 2020 strikes again with a measly $600 government COVID relief check. Everybody's going to be okay. You got $600 that's going to save your life. Anywho, we are in the 2020 pandemic times and approaching the Christmas spirit. Fauci came out and said that everything's okay. Santa has been vaccinated. How many times have Fauci lied to the American people just this year? I don't think I could believe anything that guy says anymore. You know, trust science. Yeah, well, if you were told to lie to the American people, what about integrity? How are we supposed to trust you, Mr. Fauci? Not only that, even if Santa was vaccinated, we're still being lied to, saying everything's going to be okay because even if you have the vaccination, you could still get COVID. And as far as I know, you could still pass it on to others. So the vaccination is basically moot, doesn't mean a thing, and you could still be a Santa super spreader, which is what I think is going to happen. Okay, he may test positive, it may be a false negative, it may be positive, maybe he doesn't get tested. He's probably not even tested at all. Okay? I mean, how are we supposed to know if the guy was tested or not? There was no public viewing. It wasn't televised. I want to see, if Santa stops at my house, I want to see some goddamn vaccination papers. Like stat. You better have those papers if you want to be traveling. Because I know you're not traveling in your new 2020 Santa double bubble hazmat suit. And if Santa is the one to actually deliver on this year's Christmas holiday spirit like he does every year, then he better have some body armor because there's a lot of people buying guns. There's a lot of people buying ammo. And the concern that their house may be broken into. These are desperate times. People fall on desperate measures and they will do fucked up shit in desperate times. So you can't cancel out any potential threat that there might be out there. I mean, it's better to have one and not need it than to need it and not have it. You know what I mean? And if Santa is visiting homes, he better be absolutely quiet because if not, he better have some body armor because I bet you people are ready. They're just waiting for the time where somebody tests them to try and break into their house. Okay, so Santa, you better watch the fuck out if you are making the rounds. It's not going to be an easy task there, Mr. C. And there's only one other person that can take Santa's place. And that's right, it's Captain Bezos. I bet Santa called Jeff Bezos and he's like, fuck, dude, you got this whole Christmas thing this year, right? And Bezos just replies in just a sinister laughter like, indeed I do, Santa. Indeed I do. And to be 100% legit honest, Santa lost his sleigh license because he's been drinking so much. He got a pandemic DUI. All the pandemic stress is causing him to have ED. He's hired cheaters because he suspected Mrs. Claus was cheating around and sleeping around on him, and that is confirmed. The episode of Cheaters has not been released yet, as far as I know, but it is confirmed. Mrs. Claus is a hoe. But, you know, I can't put that all on her. Maybe they have some issues. Who knows? I don't know all the details, but there's a lot of things circulating right now. A lot of gossip circulating right now. Santa started a podcast and he's calling it Cookies and Milk. And it's generations of just dirty stories with MILFs. Sponsored by Blue Chew. On top of all that, Donner, Vixen, and Blitzen were hit by cars. God bless you. It's been a tough year, folks. It's been a tough year. Last I heard, Santa was in rehab. Jeff Bezos has taken over Christmas. People's dreams, businesses, and lives have been shattered. Mrs. Claus is the most popular side piece on Tinder right now. All the elves are out of work. 1/3 are caught up in addiction. 1/3 of them are caught up in suicide. And the other 1/3 are whoring themselves to the remaining 1/3. It's a self-destructive process. But it's all kind of just feeding within the occupants of the North Pole. It's a very sick situation. And it's only like I said, a self-destructive process. It's tough times, people. Bezos and COVID is destroying the elves' lives, people. Not just destroying the lives of reality and people in the real life. Even those made up in fairy tales of generations of hopes, wishes, and a little bit of magic. Not even they are immune. Those poor little bastards. They're not even getting the measly $600 stimulus check that the government guarantees. You know, that's supposed to take care of the past 9 months of destroying lives. It's not long before the remaining reindeer become jerky to the elves. Food is scarce. Supply chains are broken down. Times are rough, people. But that's okay. You can say hello to your new Santa and possibly your new dark overlord, Captain Bezos. But that's cool. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be A-okay. I'm going to bring back that old term. Everything's going to be hunky-dory, everybody. I mean, you're talking about Captain Bezos. He's a logistics king. He's an industrial tycoon, a spaceman, a tyrant of technology, and a billionaire 150 times over. God bless you, Captain Bezos. But you know how I keep my cool this time of year? I like to listen to some good old Christmas music. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Here's where I shorten the song. Although it's been said many times, many ways. And then here's where I draw it out a little bit. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Dan King Cole, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I wish I had some cheering crowd sound effects. It sounds so empty in this room of nothing. But this, as far as my research went this week, I tried to look up what is the #1 Christmas song of all time. And that's White Christmas by Bing Crosby. Followed by #2, Silent Night, also Bing Crosby. And you know what #3 is? I bet you can guess what #3 is. Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is you, or whatever the fuck it is. Fucking #3, Mariah Carey. Do you think Mariah Carey has to do anything for the rest of her life? Probably not. For that one reason, a spectacular fucking Christmas album that blows the roof off. And I say that sarcastically. I mean, I find it annoying. I quite hate Christmas music, to be honest with you. I can listen to 1, maybe 2 songs in a row, but that's about it. I start losing my shit, people. I got to turn on some, it's got to be a spin-off of Christmas music. Maybe some, I don't know, Metallica Christmas, Pantera Christmas. I need something with a little bit of energy. It's just jingle bells, jingle all the way. I mean, it fucking drives me insane. Even if the devil himself were to bust through the ground and there's smoke, fire, lava, and horns unmistakable for the devil, and the devil rises above the fiery pits of hell, and he floats before me without a mask on, that inconsiderate prick, with a proposition, a promise, a contract for my soul in exchange for one thing. I will be gifted the ability to produce the greatest Christmas album in the world. I will never have to work again. I'll be able to survive off the residuals of one Christmas album, maybe even just one song out of that whole Christmas album that just repeats over and over and over. It was that day I sold my soul to 2 of the worst things ever thought to have existed. #1, Christmas music. And #2, the devil. Once the deal was made, I could not go back on this blood-souled agreement and went on to become the #1 Christmas album of all time. I produced the #1 Christmas album of all time, but also the most hated in the land. You see, the album went on to be #1 because it was played nonstop in every store, gas station, radio station, commercial, television station, venue. Everywhere you go, you could not get away from this song or the whole Christmas album. There was no escaping this Christmas album, the greatest of all time. You see? This greatest Christmas album of all time was paid for by the bloodthirsty elites as part of the diabolical plan to cause chaos and turmoil, and that it did. You see, everyone appreciated the Christmas album at first. They liked it. They enjoyed it. But it was almost like the political battle where 50% of the people started saying, you know what, I fucking hate this album. I cannot stand this Christmas album. I wish all these places would stop playing it. And then you have the other 50% of the people saying, I love this Christmas album. They just played this Christmas album over and over and over. And everywhere you go, you could not get away from it. And even beyond Christmas, we thought that was it for the Christmas album. But no, it continued and played over and over and over. To a point, the two sides got a little bloodthirsty and irritated, agitated, because the song would not stop playing. Everywhere you went, people would be arguing. The songs would be playing. The Christmas album would go on and on and on. It only took 6 straight months of the constant loop of the greatest Christmas album ever before citizens started going mad. It created such an upheaval within society. It turned citizens against each other in an aggravated rage, almost in a zombie-like state, giving elites the final catalyst to fulfill their own diabolical plan, which was to create an avenue of our own self-destruction. See, the lesson here, folks, is that #1, don't sell your soul to the devil for anything. It could mean the end of the world. #2, don't let the pandemic ruin your life like it did the whole North Pole. There's a whole society of North Polians that are in chaos and in distress, not unlike the rest of the United States and the world, for that matter. Hope you enjoyed these little journeys from the North Pole to Silicon Valley, and then straight from hell with the greatest Christmas album of all time, ending up being the demise of humanity. Everything can't always be hunky-dory. You gotta be real with things sometimes. What does 2021 look like for you? Does it all look hunky-dory? It's whatever you want it to look like, as long as you're in the double-bubble hazmat suit, carrying your vaccine papers, wearing your mask, periodically being sprayed by sanitizer. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. I don't know what to believe. Nothing is real, and everything is crazy. But whatever it is, I hope it's a good thing. I hope you have high hopes for 2021. And let the spirit of hope propel you positively with peace and prosperity. That one caught me up a little bit. I don't know what I have planned for 2021. We'll just have to take it as it goes. Merry Christmas and a happy holidays. Take care of yourself and the ones around you. See you again soon. I will also be producing the second episode of the series I created, Moments of the Month, for December, which is what I consider some of the best moments of the month of December. Hope you enjoyed the show and taking this little journey with me on this episode. We'll see you next time.